guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome back to another SavvyCat Podcast. I'm Savvy.
I'm Cat.
And together we are SavvyCat. If you can't tell, I'm in a different place today. This is where a lot of my YouTube videos have been filmed recently, but that is because it is currently 34 degrees, and I'm on the third floor by a big window, and I was dying. So I came down into the lounge, because it's cooler down here. So that's why I'm here.
Just like in your head, picture fairy lights behind you.
Just pretend that fairy lights is some weird random poster is on my wall. That's in Russian.
Yeah.
For some reason. I don't know. It came with the room. I don't ask questions. My poster that I put up fell down.
Oh no.
And I don't have any blue tack. So it's just like on my floor. It's like standing up on my floor, but it's card, so I can't roll it up.
Oh, yeah.
It is expensive. Band posters are expensive.
Yeah.
But worth it. Gotta support your artists.
Yes.
I keep going into this, like, sunlight, and it, like, shines on my face. I've got the curtains closed, and the curtains are right in front of me. So, I should have closed them a little bit more to stop that from happening, but, you know.
Too late now.
It is. Also, I have...
It is what it is.
I have cute earrings.
I'm gonna steal them.
I'm actually... I can't say that. Can I? I might be collaborating with this person soon.
Really?
Well, because what happened was, these took so long to arrive in the mail. They took over 2 weeks. And so I messaged her, like, they haven't arrived yet. And so she was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'll make you another pair. And so she made identical pairs to the ones that I have. And then she was going to send them, but then she didn't, because these arrived the day she was going to send them. So I let her know, I'm like, thank you so much. And she's like, do you still want the other ones? I'll send them to you. And I was like, I'll do a giveaway with them. So I'm going to do a little giveaway with the vulva earrings. But that, if they arrive.
Yeah. I'm going to steal them. Sorry guys. The giveaway's for me. It's for me.
Cat will enter 50 times.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that'll be really cute, because, like, I mean, it's just because I love these, and she is so lovely, and I think that this sort of stuff we need.
Yeah. What's the shop name?
It's called Fruit and Vag.
Yes.
Because she makes fruit as well. So she does vulvas, clitorises, boobs, and fruit.
Fantastic.
It's so good. And she did fried eggs, but she's like, they're vegan fried eggs. So I was like, that's fucking so cute.
That's fantastic.
That's what always gets me when I, like, go to buy food earrings. I'm like, but they're not vegan foods. I'm like, but there's a vegan version. So that's what they are. It's vegan bacon. I don't want to be out here wearing, like, meat in my ears. So it's just a vegan alternative, you know? You can't.
Fair.
No,
that's fair.
It's not an egg. It's a vegan egg.
Vegan egg.
Shut up.
Yeah. It's what are they called? The sugar eggs. Cream egg. It's a cream egg.
Those aren't vegan. Because they're made with dairy. What in your head made you think a cream egg was vegan?
I'm so stupid. It's literally fucking chocolate.
It literally has the word cream in the name.
I fucking know that. I'm so stupid. I can find 3 things that aren't vegan, and in my head, I put chocolate, cream, and egg together in my head, and went, yes, that's vegan.
Why is that so... Oh my god, I'm crying!
I am genius.
Holy shit.
Yes.
I'm actually like dead. Why did I shake? I don't have that many tears on my hands that I have to shake them off of my hands. God.
Ignore that.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Ignore that.
Thank you for that, Kat.
Let's go to our topic before I embarrass myself further.
So, speaking of boobs, which I did very briefly, dress codes. Queen of segues. Kat's the segue person here. I don't know why she made me do that.
It makes up for my fuck up before.
That's true. Dress codes. So,
yes.
We were going to talk about how stupid they are. No, but like, particularly in schools, right? Like, I did my speech on this in like year 10, I think. But like, I know here in the UK most schools have uniforms, and it's the same in New Zealand. I went to the only high school in the country that didn't have a uniform. But like, the uniforms themselves, there's so many rules around them. And the fact that you have to have a uniform, that's a whole different fucking story.
I know. I went to an all-girls high school for a year, but I still went, so that counts. I went to an all-girls high school, and we wore, like a plaid skirt and a button-up t-shirt.
Holy shit, here, wait. I don't have headphones on. Oh no! This whole fucking time. Fuck! Oh god! You didn't know this either.
We've been filming for 20 minutes.
How did neither of us fucking notice that I'm not wearing headphones? And we're back. Sorry about that. Sorry if the audio at the beginning was a bit shit or jumpy.
I'm gonna have so much fun editing this. Anyway, what was I saying?
My face hurts from laughing so much.
I know. Skirts. we used to have these plaid skirts and like a white button up.
Uniforms are so ugly.
Or it was either a plaid skirt, or we could have, what is it, a dress, like a pinafore dress. And that was like our uniform, and it had like the little...
At the all-girls school, there's no trousers option.
No.
Stupid. Sorry. Continue.
And then we had to have like long white socks and shoes, black shoes. And like the socks had to be like passed down, like classic kind of schoolgirl kind of aesthetic. Our hair had to be up in a ponytail, or short. We couldn't have it like long down, for some classes. And do you know why? Because we didn't want to make males uncomfortable. We went to an all-girls school, so the only males that could have gotten uncomfortable were our teachers. And we were 13. So... And remember, this isn't like a religious school.
Even then.
Yeah.
There's like... I remember we got that at as well. It was like, you're not allowed to wear this or this because it's distracting.
Mm-hmm.
I said the fucking school name again.
It's fine. There'll be a bleep. Yeah.
There's like, it's this thing of like, you'll distract the boys. You'll distract. I remember, holy shit, no, okay. We had the dress code talk at intermediate, but the boys didn't. Only girls.
Oh, yeah.
Girls were the only ones who got a dress code talk. We weren't allowed to wear skinny jeans.
No.
Or leggings.
No.
We weren't allowed to wear crop tops or anything low cut. We were 11 or 12, by the way. And also, for some reason, you weren't allowed to wear any makeup or any nail polish.
No. Yeah. This is what inspired me wanting to talk about this. I had a memory of... I used to want to be a fashion designer. I wanted to be a fashion designer. That was my career when I was in intermediate school.
We were, I was going to be a singer and she was going to design all of my clothes for me.
Yeah. So I used to make all of my clothes. I used to make skirts and dresses, and I had like this really cute polka dot dress that I made at my sewing class. And it was kind of short on me.
We had the hand rule.
Yeah.
The fucking hand rule.
It was like this much off the hand rule. If I because you have to bend down to put your hands
on your knee.
Yeah. So when I tried to stand up, it pulled up, but it fit the hand rule if I was.
Yeah.
And I never wore dresses. So this was like the first time I was out of my comfort zone and confident. And I was a big kid, so I was not really confident in my body.
You
or
were
my
not
fashion.
That big at all. And I go through this too as well, because we were both bullied for our weight. And I look back and I'm like, what the hello? What the fuck? Sorry, continue. That's off topic, but it pisses me off.
Yeah, so this was like one of the only days in intermediate where I was actually like out of my fucking comfort zone, because I used to wear the uniform on Muffy days. I was that unconfident with going out of my fashion style. And within the first like half an hour of the day, a teacher came up to me and said, you need to go change or put on shorts. Your dress is too short and nobody wants to see that. I didn't wear a dress again for another 8 months.
You're going to have to tell me who this teacher was after this so I can go fight them.
Yeah. I was so fucking devastated because I made it too. Anyway.
I wore dresses all the time.
Yeah.
That were probably shorter than that. But you catch teachers on bad days as well. And it's so shit.
But like, that's the thing. It's like a misogynistic, materialistic, pedophilic rule based on gross standards. One comment from a teacher that was probably having a bad day ruined my self-confidence in wearing an item of clothing for 8 months.
Also, why the fuck would a teacher say nobody wants to see that to an 11-year-old? An 11... That means that they were looking and they...
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still kind of hurt over it. Like,
I'm going to kill a man!
It was a woman!
I'm gonna kill her then.
Yeah. I still have trouble wearing dresses, to be completely honest.
Dresses
and that's why my prom dress was a fucking, like, long-ass, ugly-ass, ill-form-fitting...
You loved that dress. Or at least you said you loved that dress.
Yeah. I didn't want to buy a short dress to go to prom. Not prom. It was like a...
Graduation.
Graduation.
Don't know why I fisted the air. But no, like, the fact... I didn't even realize that as well. Girls were the only ones who got the dress code talk.
Oh, absolutely.
Same at high school. We
Yeah.
had, like, we didn't have a uniform, but we had, like, the dress code talk was boobs, butt, and belly button. That was the rule. No one actually cared.
No.
I wore shorts. At my high school, I went to a very, very, like, leftist sort of high school where everyone was very arts-oriented, very express yourself. So I'm very fortunate. We've talked about how fortunate I was to go to the school I went to before.
Mm.
But I'm very... But it still was, like, more geared towards what girls wore. Like, I got in trouble wearing crop tops multiple times. They were always like, you have to get changed in lunchtime or whatever. I never did. Because only, like, 2 teachers in the entire school actually cared.
Yeah.
But then, like, there would be guys wearing, like, shirts showing off their nipples all the time, and they never got called out.
Mm.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I at home, like, a lot of schools in New Zealand are known for having ridiculously strict dress codes. Like, there's one school, like, schools get taken to court regularly for dress codes.
Yeah.
Like, there's been instances where, like, boys with, like, long hair will get taken into the office and the principal will shave their head for them.
Yeah, long hair for boys is a no-no in New Zealand schools. It's like...
It's not
like,
allowed,
they
ever.
get a ruler and fucking measure your hair. You can't have long hair.
And they will forcibly shave your head.
Yeah.
And that's illegal.
Mm.
That's illegal, but they do it.
Yeah.
And then same with, like, dyed hair. If your hair is dyed an unnatural color,
that's
not allowed. And it's like, blonde is a natural color, but if it's an unnatural blonde, no. If you have red hair, but you don't look like a redhead, no, not allowed. Black hair, not allowed. Black isn't a natural color.
Yeah. I remember I started, this is a little bit, but I dyed my hair in primary school a lot. I went, like, every 3 or so months, I dyed my hair, like, either blacks or browns or purples, sometimes, like, a dark purple, in primary school. Because my mum was my principal and my teacher, so it was to deal with, actually, a lot of mental health things. I just felt more confident with dyeing my hair. So she let me do that. And then we got to Ponsonby, and I had to be very conscious to get the exact same dye for my hair that matched my hair. And if it was even like a shade off, I get shit for it. Like, just even if it was like, even if you come home from a school holiday and your hair is like sun bleached, you got shit for it.
It's all just
like
all a mess.
Like, sorry, the concept of adults that are trained and learning how to, knowing that this is the most influential, most important time in someone's life, how they can, their entire, like, that's what they get taught.
They're preparing you for the business world, and in the business world, you aren't allowed dyed hair. And also the no makeup thing. They're like, you can't wear makeup. I'm like, why not? Mind you, I'm kind of glad in intermediate school because my makeup was not it. But you know.
Yeah. It could have been it if you kept doing it and learned how to.
It's so... You can't even wear fucking nail polish?
No. Yeah.
And we had, like, school socials. Like, the only time you were allowed to have, like, nail polish was, like, after socials. You'd have, like, nail polish left over the day after. They'd, like, let it slide. And it was so cool.
Yeah.
And, like, I know people who... they have really strict rules on things like socks as well in a lot of schools.
Yeah, like
you have to have your socks pulled up to your knees.
Yeah.
And I know people who didn't have their socks pulled up to their knees, so their teachers took their shoes off of them and made them run around the field 3 times in their socks.
Jesus.
Just for having them not pulled up to their knees.
Oh my god. Yeah, I went to an all-girls school, so I mentioned this. We had above-the-knee white socks, or we had to wear black tights. It was either above-the-knee white socks or black tights. Either one. And they couldn't be sheer black tights. They had to be, like, thick cotton black tights. And the problem is, it's summer. Wearing black, thick cotton tights when it headed into summer was, like, very hard. Especially because you had to also wear them in PE. But that's another Yeah. But yeah, they so most of us opted for the socks. And I remember my friend, she got in trouble because she had been running from class to class because, like, you ran from separate classes. And she was running up the stairs and her sock slipped below the knee. And I remember she got hounded. She had to go to the teacher's office and she was 15 minutes late to class because she got hounded because she was running. And her sock, it's literally Victorian age. Oh my god, you have an ankle? Shit. For male teachers, about 13-year-olds.
For a knee.
And I say male teachers because I was publicly told by my school counsellor that lesbians don't exist. So that's a different story for another time.
Oh god. But then, yeah, there's like, you read all these stories and things of like children being sent home for showing their shoulders, like 6-year-olds.
Yeah.
Showing their shoulders will get sent home. And like, there's just so much, and then they have like uniforms, so that's not a problem. And then they hide that. They're like, but they say uniforms are because some people can't afford like nice clothes and they'll be bullying. Okay, let me speak on this for a sec. So, firstly, uniforms are so fucking expensive.
It's so expensive.
They are so expensive.
Every single uniform I have owned has all been secondhand. I've never had a first purchased uniform.
And they're still expensive.
Because you can't buy it off your friends. You have to buy it from the school. Even the secondhand shit. Sorry.
It's ridiculous. And so that whole, like, it's because some people can't afford nice clothes and they'll get bullied. Wrong. I went to a school without a uniform, and I never saw anyone bully anyone for the clothes they were wearing. Whereas all the schools I know with uniforms, on mufti days, there was bullying. Yeah. Always on mufti days. Yeah. My school, where you wore whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted, it helps with, like, you know, you find people with, like, common interests and expression and stuff. There was, like, we had a clique of, there was, like, goths. There was, like, a goth clique. There's obviously, like, the sporty people, and that's, like, reflected in what they wear. And then, I mean, I had my dyed hair. People would wear, like, I'd wear, like, a full face of makeup to school. Yeah. But then by the time it gets to, like, year 12, it's great. You just rock up to school in your fucking sweatpants because I rolled out of bed and just got in my car and came to school. No one gives a fuck. Because it doesn't matter. And you teach people it doesn't matter. If you're wearing uniforms, then, like, you're just oh my god. Yeah. It's so stupid. And then they say they're preparing you for the real world. But they also want you to go to uni. And there's no fucking dress code at uni.
They're saying we're preparing you for the real world. But if you were actually a good-ass teacher, you would realize that we will become the real fucking world. You teach us this shit, we'll keep teaching this shit.
Also, the setting it up for the real world, I never realized. I didn't really think about it, but it's like, you have to cover up because you're distracting men. That's the real world. Remember that you always have to cover up because you're distracting to men. And then if you're not wearing the appropriate clothing, you get sent home because it's like, well, you're distracting men from learning in class. So we're going to take away your opportunity to learn completely because your education is less valuable than his. He's allowed, it's your fault that he's not learning because he's being a perv and staring at you. So we're going to punish you because you're not allowed to learn. That's the one experience I had at my school, and I can't remember if I've talked about this before or not, but there was an instance of this girl who didn't wear a bra to school, and so she never wore bras. She just didn't, and she was like, she didn't have like small boobs, she didn't have like huge boobs either, and she wore like a tank sort of singlet type top, and she got called to the principal's office, and she got told she had to go home, and she wasn't allowed back to school until she wore a bra. And so in protest, she just didn't come back to school. And everyone at school was fucking pissed. Yeah. We were not having it at all. So we started an event. It happened like the next day after this happened. I think this was in year 11. She was in our year. They created a Facebook event page called No Bras, No Fucks, where the whole school was organized. I think almost everyone in the school was in on this. No, girls would not wear bras. Boys would wear bras. Hello?
You good? I heard that too.
Smash me.
Who?
I don't know. Am I talking too loudly?
I don't know.
Boys could wear bras, girls didn't have, boys would wear bras, girls wouldn't wear bras, and they put bras on the trees and things too.
Nice.
And but then it was getting like out of hand. It was like growing really big, really fast, and then the school like called her and they're like, please call it off. You don't have to wear a bra anymore. You don't have to. Do what you want. We don't want the media attention. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just don't wear a bra. It's fine. And then that's how we changed the dress code, because the whole school came together, including teachers. Teachers were on this too. They all thought it was so stupid. And so the day before it was due to happen, the school apologized and was like, okay.
Excellent.
You win.
Excellent.
And that's the power of teamwork.
Just, I want to make one more point. I shamefully only just came to this realization. All of the standards that we just brought on are extremely Eurocentric. So if you're a person of color, if you're Māori, I had an Ethiopian friend, and I remember she got a lot of shit for her hair because it was, not white hair. But yeah, all Māori traditions are basically completely fucking lost. So you can't show your culture. You can't show your heritage. You can't show anything that shows yourself.
Because you would have had a rule against tattoos.
That's
too,
what I'm
wouldn't
saying.
you? I see. I've never experienced that. So, like, because we have people with tribal tattoos in our school. And, like...
Yeah.
I'm so fucking happy.
Like, I'm just thinking, like... Like, even hijabs were probably not allowed.
You're not allowed to wear hijabs.
I don't remember seeing anybody with a hijab. And I know there are a couple Muslim people in our school.
Yeah, I think I knew one person at school with a Muslim, with a hijab. We don't have a very large Muslim population, but they are there.
I just, like...
It just also eliminates any form of self-expression. Like,
at all. And again...
And it forces you to, like, be... It forces you to be uniform, right? Like, you're confined to this box, and they decide who you're allowed to be. And you were also in a school environment, like, your learning environment was, like, you had to be very quiet, and it's look at the board, write it down, right?
Yeah.
Again, my school wasn't like that. All of our learning was, like, open discussion. I went to a great school.
Yeah.
I can't relate to, like, any of the school experience so many people have, and I'm so lucky for that. And I just, like, it really upsets me that that's not what everyone got.
I just, like, again, I know my mum's a teacher, so I spend a lot of my time and a lot of my life learning about, all her ideas about how important education is, and how, she went into teaching because she realized that she's a primary school teacher, so she realizes those years of your life, and especially in high school, are crucial. That is when you discover who you are. And all those experiences are the ones that shape your mental health, your physical health, everything about you is made in those years. So to be an adult, to study that for years, to know that, to physically know that, and to enforce those rules, and to keep this active decision to go, no, you have to not distract men, and you can't be sexual when the sexual thing is your socks slipping down when you run to a third. Sorry, I'm.
It's, yeah. I remember it got into the newspaper, like, I think a couple years ago. There was a school that my dad used to teach at, and they brought everyone out into the car park, and they got a ruler, and they measured every single girl's skirt. And they said directly that it was because having their skirts too short was distracting to the male students and teachers. They said that publicly. They got a lot of that kind of that. But, like, the fact that they're openly saying that too, and they're taking it to the extreme of, like, measuring people's skirts.
It happens in every school.
Yeah, and it's disgusting. When I was studying for my, like, speech I did on dress codes, you can see so many photos of things people get sent home for, and it's ridiculous. And, like, this girl went to prom, and her dress was backless, and it was like a homeschool prom, I think, and she was told that she was distracting the male chaperone, so she had to leave. She had to leave her prom because she was distracting the male adult chaperone because she was 16.
That makes sense. It doesn't make sense, but I can... Yeah. Doesn't make sense at all.
I'm still thinking about the person who...
I know. It's scary.
We have a neighbor who's, like, actually fucking, like, awful. So I'm like...
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, I forget that we're, like, connected. So, like, maybe I was being too loud.
You weren't being too loud. You weren't yelling.
Haha, anxiety. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's just also, I hate that we're conditioned to, like, exist for the comfort of men.
I know.
Our existence has to be comfortable for men, and we have to compromise everything for their comfort. But they can wear what they want.
And again, like, don't try and make that excuse of, like, oh, you know, they're just hormones and they can't control it, blah, blah, blah. I'm bisexual. I've never, ever, ever been distracted by...
But they're different hormones. They'll always say that, too. They're like, well, you don't know, testosterone makes you, like, aggressive, and it's different. And I'm like, I understand that it's a different hormone. But it doesn't make you uncontrollable. Are you saying that you're a fucking...
Are you the Hulk?
Wild ape or some shit? Come on.
No, you're just not a decent human being. I'm sorry.
Also, though, as well,
but
right?
Fuck you.
Is that, like, men... They don't ever, like, if a man breaks, if a boy breaks the dress code, it's not you're distracting female students. That's never once been said in the history of ever.
And again, it's not about boys. It's about male fucking teachers, adults, to children.
And they get to decide what's distracting or not,
Exactly.
Right? The teachers are deciding what's distracting.
And when you see the principal, 9 times out of 10, it's a male fucking principal. Even in my school, an all-girls school, it was a male principal. Sorry, I'm just...
Yeah.
It upsets me.
It's upsetting.
Because it's not, again, it's like, it's not just like, what, you're distracted for 2 seconds because my kneecaps were on show? Okay. That comment affects me for the rest of my fucking life.
It's stupid. It doesn't even make sense. It's it's not even about being distracted, right? Like, no one's fucking distracted by a kneecap or shoulder. It's about controlling women. That's what it's about, policing our bodies and controlling us and making sure that men are still in control over what we do and how we grow up. Because as you say, that impacts how we grow up. It keeps us in this position of, oh, we have to accommodate to men. We are taught that through dress codes and things, and it's not fucking distracting for them. And if it is, what the fuck? But you're teaching people that it's okay to be distracted by that. By saying publicly, like, girls, you can't show your shoulders because it'll distract boys. That gives boys the excuse of being distracted by your shoulders. And it tells them that, oh, if she's showing her shoulders, she's asking for my attention. It's a toxic fucking cycle. And it is all about power and controlling women. That's really, it only exists to control women. And to give men an excuse. It's that whole thing. It just like literally is like
100%, 100%,
and just perpetuate. They like the fact they teach and enforce rape culture at school, and like it also works when it comes down to like you get those assemblies where they're like talking to you about the dangers of the internet and sending nudes. And they're like, this is why, girls, you should never send nudes because boys might share them. You don't know who to trust. I'm like, how about you say, hey, boys, don't ever fucking share someone else's nudes or you'll go to jail. Maybe say that instead. Because I know so many people whose nudes were shared and they got like slut shamed for it. Like, if you send nudes, you can send nudes if you want. That's fine. If they share them, that is not your fault.
Absolutely not.
You should never get shit for like sharing nudes. And it comes down to the same thing as like with people doing like OnlyFans and stuff, and people are always so shitty about it. I'm like, just let people live their fucking lives. It's just like, chill out. It has nothing to do with you. If you don't want to subscribe to their OnlyFans, then don't fucking do it. No one. How does it make a difference to your life in any way at all?
They can't control you, and apparently that's the same as
when people fucking. When people like subscribe to people's OnlyFans and then they like screenshot and share those photos. Because they're like, well, they're showing it off anyway. They obviously don't have any respect. They don't care. Like, no, that's illegal. That's like not. You don't own rights.
It's literally illegal.
That's like a.
Which
it's
again,
literally that's theft.
I've talked about this before, but even in the United fucking States, if your nudes get leaked, you have to take more fucking nudes and send them to police to prove it's your fucking body. Do you understand how fucked up that is? Why am I gonna cry? I'm so angry.
I just can't. The amount of victim blaming that exists. And then I keep being like, you know, you want it to change, and then you see the people who are in charge.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna cry.
And like sex work's not even like fully legal in most places either. Fucked. Make prostitution legal and safe, please. People are gonna do it no matter what. At least fucking protect them.
Yeah,
that's a whole different thing. I could talk about sex work for so long.
Yeah, we'll make another podcast on sex work. Yeah.
We'll do a whole podcast about sex work at some point. Oh my god. Yeah, but basically, schools are enforcing rape culture from a very, very
young age.
And it's taught, it's continued on, and like same with heteronormativity and male centricness. Like sex education is all very like penis focused. everything we learn about that sort of thing is all very male-centric. And is also very victim-blaming.
Yeah. Sorry, last point, because we need to finish this up. Again, remember when we used to have to, like, ask permission to go to the bathroom? And, like, in my all-girls school, we used to have to ask permission to go to the bathroom. But if we were on our periods, right, we had to hide our pads before, if we had to, like, sneak them into the bathroom because we couldn't take our backpacks to the bathroom. So we had to, like, put them in the pocket because, like, I remember, like, our male teachers would be very uncomfortable if we held them in our hand. That's another, like, complete different topic, but, like...
Again, like, why are men, like, why are they so uncomfortable about periods?
Like, it...
And it teaches us to be uncomfortable about them as well.
Like, what? Am I gonna...
Because we're, like, made to feel that it's, like,
Am
dirty.
I gonna make all these 28 other girls feel weird about the fact that I have a period? Or just you 40-year-old man thinking about a 13-year-old girl's vagina?
I mean, you said it.
Anyway, let's close this up.
Or when they deny, did they, like, say you can't go to the bathroom, and then, like, the people who just stand up and they're like, you want me to fucking bleed on this seat right here, then?
Yeah.
Is that what you want? And then they just get very, very uncomfortable.
Maybe you shouldn't dictate when someone needs to fucking pee.
There's stupid rules around when you're allowed to pee. It's like you can't pee in this period after lunch or the period after interval because you had lots of time to go in interval. I'm like, this class is an hour long.
Sorry.
And I've been drinking
Seth,
water throughout
it's
it.
May I go to the bathroom. Not can, it's may.
That's like, the teachers think that's
not
so
funny.
funny.
It's not funny at all. And it's
so stupid. Because, of course, you can go to the bathroom, but can you go? Are you allowed to?
I don't know. Yes, I can go to the bathroom. I'll go to the bathroom right now. I'll show you that I fucking can go to the bathroom. Okay.
Oh, God. All right. So, on that note of us being mad, because we've been mad this whole time, other than when we were last crying,
the two tones we've gone
we
through.
will see... Oh, I know, we jumped drastically. Next time you see us, we'll be together.
In the same room. In the same country.
Same room. And we're gonna be, we're gonna have other videos.
We have a lot of,
as well,
we have a lot of
podcast.
content planned, and it's
so
going to be great. I'm going to enjoy it thoroughly.
We're so excited. We're not going to spoil it. Actually, by the time you see this, we might have done one. I don't know when this goes up.
Patreon people,
we'll see.
You'll be surprised, but if you're not on Patreon, I'm sorry.
And speaking of Patreon, we'll be uploading a lot of bonus content on there as well. So we already upload every time before we film a podcast. We do an extra 10 minutes that go up. But then when we're together, we're going to have a decent amount of footage that's going to go up that you won't see anywhere else. So if you want to join, you should maybe do that.
Yeah.
It's very cheap,
There's a lot
very
of
affordable,
tiers.
and you get so much
lots
bonus
of
content.
extra stuff. Thank you to the people who will be getting this early. We owe you everything. Thank you. Amy, Emily, Eliza, Scar, Jordan, Gina, Midge, Phoebe, Roxy, Theo, Sarah, Bunny, Nicholas, Jess, and Valerie. Love you so much.
Thank you for coming along. Remember, there are petitions and donation links down there. I have added a whole page on my website for Lebanon and what's going on there. There's also some information if you don't know what's going on, and then a bunch of ways to help, not just with the explosion, but with other issues as well. So please do check that out. It is very, very important.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming along. Stay safe.
Love you.
We love you.
Bye.